Instagram. Man, this is like Instagram's weird. I don't know. Instagram's just straight up got a mind of its own, I guess. It worked for me a couple times, then it didn't work, then it worked again, but I don't know. I can't keep fudging around with it.
Our most popular item, and
so bear with me, please. It's just one of those days that technology doesn't want to get along. I get it. Daily Shandy vlog. Gotta look real quick. I think it's my cousin's birthday. Fuck Instagram. Fucking Instagram can be the worst. It's the fucking worst. Alright. Wow, Instagram's even messing up. Before I get really into it, want to shout out my cousin Derek. Always a good supporter. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you're killing it down in Tampa. Hopefully you're having a good time. Instagram's got a green screen because I am just kind of streaming on other stuff. Probably post the actual video kind of like from Facebook or something like that, just in case can actually record this one. But yeah, I don't know. Instagram just busted my chops. It seems like there's maybe some glitchy stuff going on there. Maybe like an update needed between my computer or the software I'm using to stream. Not totally sure. It doesn't really matter. Not going to let it bum me out. Spent a little bit of time on that. But yeah, just want to ride the good vibes for the happy birthday to Derek. I do want to admit though, kind of even before I realized it was his birthday, just like in a little bit of a different mood, kind of in my head today. Which is okay, right? Like, not going to make myself wrong for it. Just going to kind of work through it, you know what I mean, ultimately. And, you know, committed to going live every day. So going to do that. I already feel better that I went live. So now the rest of my day can really be focused on getting stuff done that I want to do. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple themes today. The main one is from, oh my God, I blow his name right here, but Mahatma Gandhi. Strength does not come from the body. It comes from the will. So, sometimes you're not really feeling it exactly. What is a feeling, anyways? Professional athletes, they don't have to feel a certain way. Your coach doesn't tell you how to feel, right? Like your coach tells you how to do what to do. And so, yeah, it's just about being in action today. And that kind of brings up another quote that I have here. And that is courage is not the absence of fear, it's the triumph over it. The true strength lies not in the mind's hesitation, but in the heart's determination to step forward and take action. That's Nelson Mandela. You've probably heard that before, like courage is not in the absence of fear. Definitely a good line there. Um, yeah, so that's the daily quote. Like I said, I'm feeling a little bit down today, but not out. Um, Overall, I'm really grateful. Got a lot of support. Grateful that I'm out here living a good life and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean like you don't hit speed bumps. You don't hit kind of like, oh, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? I know ultimately a lot of what I'm doing is right, but I do like to kind of self-reflect without overthinking about things. Totally fine to feel your feelings. You have to, right? So if you're gonna ignore your feelings, um, they're gonna come back and bite you. It's gonna eventually kind of add up. So that's good. But yeah, so I do feel a little weird. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm very open and positive. I don't really like writing people off, and I feel like I'm a broken record on it. But it's just like I kept having this issue with people, these two people. I don't want to say two people. Let's say this person close to my life. And I just decided for my own health, kind of to like block communications for now while I kind of figure out how to deal with certain frustrations I have. I think my biggest weakness, has really just been like anger controls, anger management. I'm overall a nice person, but I do find sometimes I get frustrated and it's really hard to overcome. So I definitely want to find a way to bridge that communication eventually, but it just really wasn't working out. And I don't know if it's the right thing, the wrong thing. I don't think that really matters. It's more just a workability. So there was something unworkable about that relationship. So just taking a little bit of a break from it. I don't really mean to punish them in any way. I don't want to hurt them. And that's probably part of the reason I didn't do something like that in the past. But I think continuing was actually hurting us both. And so until I can come from a place of, where I want to be and more calmness without overreacting to certain conversations, that's where I'm at. I feel childish doing it a little bit, but it was actually something that I got kind of realization from someone I was helping out. Earlier in the week, I'd kind of mentioned someone I was getting help to, an old family friend. And their family, when I reached out to them, was just like, oh, it's actually been going on longer than they let you know. Kind of, I got a little bit of deceit in the conversation. That's fine. I didn't want to block him, but what I realized is like, I'm allowing something similar to happen to someone close to me. And so maybe this approach will actually help them out in the long run. I know at least it won't hurt them overall and hopefully help me out. But, yeah, it's not a cry for help by any means. I actually feel better just saying it. I have a good list of things to do. Unfortunately, I couldn't go out and see Mario, my neighbor, ripping his car today at the track. It was a bit of a far ride, like 50 minutes to get there, and that'd be like 50 minutes back, a couple hours there. I just have some things I want to get done. And so in order to remain productive today and really get ahead of the things I want to do, decided to not really do that. It's not always about doing things you want to do, although I do love checking him out and supporting that new car or the new drift car, getting it out there. It just wouldn't make sense for me today. And so in order to be successful and set myself up for success, kind of had to call it quits on that one. And I'll go through my daily to-do. I'm actually pretty excited to get some of these things done. It's things that I've been not quite putting off, but just haven't been able to find the time. And today, making sure I have the time to do it. So, yeah, comedy's tough. Like, to be honest, part of the reason I was feeling down is like so many people have been helpful with that and giving good advice. But then there's some people that are just like, oh, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say this. And that's just tough. Like, I don't know. At a certain point, I was like, should I even do this anymore? Like, is it helping or hurting? I do care a lot about my real estate business and self-expression, but I'm like, I don't want to like lose business because of it. I don't want to hurt people's feelings or cut people off. So it's kind of a tough decision. I'm going to continue through with it, but no doubt I feel bad for comedians. It gives me kind of some perspective. And the funniest thing is like the same person who was getting offended by my jokes was kind of encouraging me to tell stories about other people. And I'm like, what if they get offended? Like I don't like mentioning specifics. I don't like, bringing people down and stuff like that. So gonna figure out how to like really approach the comedy without being offensive. I don't think it's possible 100%, but just maybe like figure out ways to offend maybe people that are, what do I want to say? Like, not people coming from like themselves an oppressed background or themselves dealing with something, making the jokes on society as a whole and not really like singling out on people or a group of people. Um, yeah, so the other thing that's interesting, and I'm not really down about it, I'm just kind of curious, like ways that I can be better, is I've been going to the gym, I've been eating better, haven't been drinking, and I kind of thought that like the weight loss would just come, kind of fly off. I'll admit the gym could be better, so it's probably something to do with that. I also still drink soda more than I'd like to. It's been less, definitely less frequent, but it's still happening. So ultimately, gonna try to cut back on soda. Would say none, but I do like to kind of eat food with a little bit of ginger ale. Helps kind of digest a little bit. But other than while I'm eating, I might try to avoid soda in general. I'm sure it has to do with coffee and just like putting sugar in it too. So maybe try to switch to just like oat milk and not really use the sweeteners if possible. Also, just find a way to limit it, possibly how much sugar being used. But yeah, so it is what it is. Like I'm kind of at the same weight I was before working out and before quitting drinking. I'm not really sure the science exactly behind that. It's possible that I was maybe dehydrated back then, and so that was like I kind of put on some water weight, which is fine. Like I want to be water weight and healthy. I do feel like I'm looking thinner, which is important, at least to me. I want to be looking better and stuff like that. Still kind of intrigued. I probably need a little bit of a haircut. It's pretty wishy-washy. Like every other day, I either love the way it looks or hate it. What can you do? That's hair for you. But yeah. So, anyways, my daily to do, gonna rip through it, say it pretty quickly. Doesn't really matter for you guys, but I just like to, keep it honest. And if I put it out there, I feel like I have to get it done. So for me, it's valuable. Right after this, I'm gonna go for a walk, get a quick exercise in. I'm actually starving, so I might actually make breakfast before that. That was on my to-do list. I want to finish Ray's website. I told her like 2 weeks ago I'd help out, and it's just been crazy busy. But that's not fair. She's really trying to market herself, and it's something she can't necessarily do herself. So apologies for not being better about that, Ray. But today's the day. We're gonna get it done. I don't know if it'll be perfect, but I'm just gonna get like a working site up and make it so that you can really like show your schedule, book some things possibly, and just better your business and give you good contact information. I'll be sharing the address later on, so definitely you guys check it out if you can. Yeah, so I want to set up a plan for Joe's website, Joe Love. Good dude. Sorry, I kind of dropped your full name there. He's actually does like drift racing. He is a professional. He got invited to the F1 drifting. I'm not sure which league he's in or all the criteria there. He's a much better driver than me. He's been going to the gym with us. Shout out to Joe. He's got another kind of thing next month for Formula One, but he has a business, right? And so we're trying to set up his business website. And I think ultimately he would also want it for his drifting. So it's just something that I'm going to help him out with, just kind of like give some suggestions, show him the different price points so we can make a decision. Until we really know where his website's going to be built, I can't really do much. And most of my experience is GoDaddy, but a lot of them are pretty similar. If anyone ever needs any help, reach out. Just understand that, because I'm not necessarily charging or anything like that, it'd be good. Just give me a break and understand that like it won't be immediate necessarily that I get the help. Yeah, I just want to take some time to, it's fine. I said love myself, but really I think that means just like yoga and stretching, maybe like a quick meditation would be good. Nothing long, like honestly, probably just like 5 to 10 minutes, nothing crazy. Yeah, I got to post about my dad's house being under agreement. That's something like it's very important and I'm proud of. I kind of want to wait until the due diligence was done to not jinx anything, but we're like a good week beyond that. Everything passed fine. So that's something I want to focus on. That's a pretty quick task there. Yeah, I got to get the CL100, which is like a pest inspection. Shouldn't be too expensive. I emailed already. They emailed me back. I just got to kind of finish that up. I got some docs to cancel my health insurance and then set myself up. So gonna focus on that. And then I want to study my lines. So I finally got my script, like I mentioned last night. Gonna do some studying. I might actually go do that down at Savannah's Park or Savannah's Playground, whatever it is, down by Market Common. So probably ride my bike down there and then kind of take out the script and do some practicing. And then this is what I'm really excited to do is I want to work on my code. I have a program I'm working on with ChatGPT and AI to just help me write like really cool stories and scripts. I've had it do like a few, but there's like small little minor tweaks that I needed to make. And I've said it before, and I always repeating myself, but things, I get it working and then I try to fix it and it breaks and then it takes a while to fix because it's a pretty major update. So I'm pretty excited to get that into kind of its final spot so that I can not make any crazy updates for a while and actually start to crank out some content. And the last thing, we'll see if I get to it, but I want to do set up my landscaping business, get some real estate signs out there, post on my community. So I'm in like Meridian Summit. I'd love to post in there, just be like, hey, I'm thinking of starting out at this price. If you guys are interested, reach out. I'll be like, for the first X customers, that's kind of the price. And then maybe eventually raise the price a little bit, but I'm thinking like 45 bucks would be pretty fair. Most of these lawns are pretty small. I'm thinking I could crank them out in like no more than 20 minutes. And so if you have like 3 that are nearby, that's 3 in an hour, that you end up making like 120. And would love to kind of get some employees eventually. So that's something I'm looking into. Yeah, so I'm excited. We're only at 12 minutes, under 15. That's the goal. I'd love to get this under 10 minutes so people can kind of enjoy the content or actually kind of watch the whole thing without blowing 30 minutes of their time. But I just want to close it out with a few things, just not even advice, just lessons I'm taking for myself. Be nice to yourself. Don't suppress your feelings. It's okay to have feelings of sadness, being down. I think it's actually a good thing sometimes for 2 reasons. One, in order for you to have the high highs and to celebrate and be excited, you're going to face lows, right? Like if everything was always exciting and good, then it wouldn't even feel that great. And so you have to kind of take the good with the bad with the good, the positive with the negative, the yin and the yang, right? So don't be upset when you're feeling down. Just realize, like, okay, like I can have an even better day. I can, have a better life, and there's ways to improve on it. Not necessarily in the hustle culture, but more in like a reflective way. But yeah, I mean, like I said, don't suppress your feelings. Use it as like a way to figure out what's bothering you, what's not working in life. Try to not add a story to it, right? Like go just to the facts. And, like for me, for instance, with the weight, like I'm not beating myself up about weight loss, but I'm like, okay, I'm still drinking soda. I'm not going to the gym consistently. Those are 2 ways that if I was to take that on, I would see the weight loss more. And also just being celebratory, like, okay, even though I don't see the weight like on a scale going away, I definitely see my body in better shape. I'm feeling like I'm in better shape. The favorite line that everyone likes to say is muscle weighs more than fat. So for all I know, I'm building muscle, and that's where kind of countering the fat. So no problem there at all. If you do want to kind of take an exercise and you're feeling down, or even just something's not quite working, or even just a self-evaluation, sometimes you can ask yourself, like, say it's a relationship, a job, something you're not doing or doing, you can ask yourself these few questions and it tends to help. You go, what is working, right? And that's always good. You kind of like figure out what's good about it. And you say, what's not working, right? Like what things are not working in that area of life. For me, working out, I was like, I'm not, I'll start with the what's working. I'll give you an example for it live. So what's working is like, I'm going to the gym. I'm not drinking. I eat healthier. I'm trying to intermittent fast when I wake up. I'm trying not to eat and do some fasting before I go to bed. So those are positives right there. Drinking less soda. What's not working? Well, I'm still drinking soda. That's fat. In my coffee, a lot of sugar. I'm not going to the gym every day. And I'm not always really like pushing myself as hard as I could in the gym. I'm kind of just cruising, right? Like doing enough. I feel good getting there. And that's great. But maybe it's time to step it up. And so the next question, after asking what's working and what's not working, would be what's missing, right? And so for me, what's missing are results, right? Like I don't see the full results. I'm not quite seeing myself getting, down to the 245 that I want. I'm not even at 260 like I thought would be a little bit more possible. Yeah, and what would it be like, right? If like I wasn't missing that weight loss, if I was down to 265, 245, how would I be feeling? Well, I'd be confident. I'd be a handsome guy right there. I'd be just, absolutely killing it in life. I'd be healthier. I'd be happier. I'd probably have more energy because you get a lot of energy from working out. And, like, what would that be like when I had all that? Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, I'd be confident, powerful. And I'd just be like able to give my whole self to everyone. So I'd be like full fulfilled. So now you like get to create the possibility. This is where it gets a little weird. I think it's kind of in the world of manifesting. And so you kind of take what's missing, you figure out what it would be like, and then you create what it's like, right? So for me, it was being powerful, being confident, um, not just powerful and confident, but really just being fulfilled. And so the possibility I'm creating, what I'm creating for myself out of nothing right now in the area of working out, is being powerful, being confident, and being fulfilled. And so it's not about fixing anything. It's not about necessarily reaching my goal. But if I can take on powerful, confident, and fulfilled, well, that's just something that energizes me to go work out. I mean, right now I'm almost like, let's skip breakfast and do the workout. Oh man, I promised I'd be 15 minutes or less. We're at 16 minutes. Now I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I hope you guys have a great day. Just know that just because it's a bad, you're feeling a little down, doesn't mean you can't work towards your goals. In fact, working towards your goals are probably going to make you feel better overall. Thank you all again for watching. Really appreciate you joining in, and I hope you have a great day. Boom. Oh, I'm still on. It's funny, I'm like trying to get off Facebook and Instagram. Well, YouTube, Twitch, thanks so much for joining, man. Smash that F